Hello, it is your friendly Happy Stone, and I'm here to take you to places you've never been before in research.
Get out, Happy Stone! The reality is that research is a very grumpy project.
Actually, neither of those stones are actually me. I'm Dr. Fee, and I'm here to take you through what you need to know for your final assignment, your research report, which will actually have you analysing the research methodology of a report. So let's start. So I've given you a template that you can fill out for your research report, on your report, and this will tell you exactly what I'm wanting in every bit of your writing. So let's open this up and have a look. Basically, you want to fill in these spaces. When you get to a table of contents, you're going to put your headings and subheadings here. Your introduction gives me a bit of an overview of what you're actually writing on and how you'll be focusing on it. And I'm really looking for assignments that are actually saying, I'm analysing the research methodologies and methods used in this. Your methodology section is actually going to tell me how you found your report and how you determined it was peer reviewed. Your findings section will give me a very brief annotation or summary of your actual research report. And then your analysis section will cover all these questions. What role does the research question have in research? Okay, and what you want to do there is use your course readings. Emphasis. You want to use your course readings to be able to tell me, what does a research question do in research? What does it determine? And then tell me what's in the study. Same here. What do we mean by the term research methodology? Okay, there are two main types, but we also covered some paradigms as well. So what is research methodology? And another emphasis, use your course resources. We haven't put them on Moodle for you to confuse you. In fact, I've given you two set texts so you can choose the one that you like best, because at the end of the day, researching all this on Google can often make you lose your Moodle even more than you do on Moodle itself. Okay, so you want to be able to answer those questions in here. And then we get to the ethical principles. And again, use your course readings. And then how are they actually in the report? What's the analysis and findings, and how do they relate to the literature review? Again, use a bit of your readings, but also a bit of what we covered in class. And tell us how we can find it in the report. Okay? And then you're doing a key findings and strengths and limitations of the report you studied, and a bit of a reflection on relevance for your practice, concluding with a reference list. But the question everyone's come to me with is, Dr. Fee, how do we find a peer-reviewed research report? So let's click into go to the Welltech homepage, find the library. Everyone does this different, I know. Go to the databases. So the first place that you might want to go to if you want to look at some pretty extensive quantitative research projects is the Cochrane Library. I know that basically everything that's in the Cochrane Library has been peer reviewed. Basically because it is an underlining principle of that library in itself. And you'll see that there may be some that fits completely with what you're going to be doing and some that doesn't. But in here we've got mental health, and it's going to give me a whole list of systemic reviews. And basically what a systemic review does is it looks at thousands of studies through a quantitative lens and comes to the conclusion of what we should know. The systemic reviews have found that multi-systemic therapy, for example, may not be as effective as a lot of studies claim, because all those studies do literature reviews that link back to one study. What does that mean? Multi-systemic therapy is good for some and not for others. Pretty much, we're human. So the one place you can go is the Cochrane Library, and you can do a search here. My favourite search in the Cochrane Library is boot camps, because I always want to know if boot camps are effective. Something that I've been asked by the government to talk about a few times. So I can find that there's a few Scared Straight and other juvenile awareness programs. So that's an actual boot camp one, and it's quite a really interesting multi-systemic review. So Cochrane's number one. So I'm going to do what most people tell you not to do and go to the mighty Google And one thing I do know, and that's that you can be certain of, and you can write this into your methodology, that every single thesis that's ever produced is peer reviewed. That's called examination. Adolescence, emotional development thesis. So I'm going to click on this one and just see what I've got here. I don't know whether it is actually fully a report, but because it's from APA, that's the American Psychological Association, yes, the same place that creates your referencing, there's a high chance that this is a report. But is it a research report? So I know it's been peer reviewed because it's part of the APA, and the APA is just research heavy. Okay, so I'm going, right, this is going to be of interest for the BYD full stop, because actually, so I'll save this. It's okay there. But what I can see straight away, that this is actually not a research report. It may be a literature review instead of research studies. How come I know that? Because there's no methodology in it. So we'll skip out of that one. Go to the next one. Social relationships in adolescence. Now I'm only looking for the ones that have got the PDFs there, because that means it is I've got access to the full text. Social role of parent in adolescent psychosocial development. It's a bachelor thesis, so it's not going to be too much to actually read. Not that you're actually going to be reading a lot. Literature review, purpose of implementation of the research. So that would be, it's a narrative review before doing literature reviews. So I've looked at it as a bachelor's thesis. It's only got 2 pages of methodology. It's actually not going to be useful for this assignment at all. Now I'm not using Google Scholar, because Google Scholar can come out with some mixed results on here. As long as you've got your thesis attached to your search terms in Google, you'll be fine. So this is a PhD dissertation, so it's going to be long, but it's actually in partial fulfillment, which means it's probably only a year of study compared to a 3-year dissertation. A dissertation means long piece of writing. To get an understanding, in the States, PhDs are done very, very differently. So you might do 2 years of coursework and 1 year of research. So we know we've got an actual peer-reviewed report. Right to the point, we've got actually a committee that's actually approved this at the end. An abstract, that's an abstract's always the author summary, and annotation's your summary. Dedication, acknowledgements, we all write the same. Table of contents, chapter 1, introduction, chapter 2. Oh, look at that! Research question, hypothesis, operational definitions. Operational definitions are the definitions of your variables, your dependent and dependent variables. Methods, descriptions of instruments, so that's your research methods, data gathering instruments. Justification for the use of the measures, so that I'm guessing this is all quantitative. Participants from archive data, procedures, data analysis, sample size, descriptive stats, bivariant correlations. Basically what that means is are 2 things related. So when you see that word significant, not significant, that's what they mean there. Multi-regression analysis is one finding really, really important when it comes to determining what the average is for most people. So yes, because this actually got a methodology and it's mentioning all the methods, this is Bulla, this is good stuff. I could actually use this for my actual research report. And I'm not going to be reading all 100 pages. I'm really only going to be reading the pages that are on the actual methodologies and methods. So I'm not going to be reading the literature review. I will here, because I see points. It's only 5 pages. I see points. They're actually attached to what I'm researching really, really importantly. I wanting to know what research questions are. I wanting to know what they're doing. I want to know their methods. And I want to know how they're looking at their methods. So I might look at I might just flick through these pages and get a picture of what's actually going on there. So that's one I could use. Let's have a look at another topic. I'm going to just do this one more time and let's see if we can find something. I think I spelled it wrong, but never mind. I might have it now. So I'm going straight down to those PDFs. And I shall wait, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Partial fulfillment, or Doctor of Philosophy. Approved by, so there are all the people that have actually read it and said, yo, this is a peer-reviewed one. Abstract, well, even the abstract's gone through to the methods. I'm pretty certain straight away this is going to have methodology, but we better check. Introduction. In a good thesis, they always put their research questions up front. So there we go, we've got introduction, methods, and here. So I'm going to be definitely looking at that on the hypothesis bit there. It's only a few chapters. And then I'll be flicking through those results. So there's another one I can use. So I am really encouraging you to look for theses. You're not going to be reading a lot, but they're going to really help you understand, because the job of doing a master's piece of research really is to show the world that you understand what is research. Not that you understand what a topic is, but what is research. PhD is you understand what is research and you can apply it to find something original out about a topic. So make a start on everything now. Bring what you've got to class on the 17th, I think it is, but bring it to our next class, and check the timetables, because it's Dr. Fee from a distance here without a timetable next to my desk. Keep strong, keep partying on in the good old research terminologies and language that you've been learning. That is Dr. Fee over and out. I'll just let Grumpy come to the fore again. See you later.